what's going on, everyone? Big Sean here again. Now, I know I just released my my recap video from today's game a few hours ago, but there's a lot of talk going on here on YouTube as well as on NotreDameFans.com, which is a Notre Dame message board that I'm a part of. I mean, of course, I don't blame anyone for thinking this, because today's loss was a frustrating one, and to be honest with you, I'm still trying to stomach it myself, you know, so. But, a lot of people are calling for Charlie's head and wanting him to be fired as the coach from Notre Dame. But, now I just want to tell all of you right now, I'm not here to, you know, call anyone wrong. I'm not saying I'm, you know, pro Charlie Weis or anything like that, but I'm just here to share my opinions with you, and you can take them however you want to take them. But, there's a guy on NotreDameFans.com that did make some valid points about why he thought Charlie Weis should be fired. I forget his screen name, but you know who you are once you hear me talk about the points you made. One of the points that he made was Charlie not being a good enough motivational speaker, or a good motivator for these players. Well, when it comes to that, in my opinion, really the only ones who can answer that question are the players themselves. You know, obviously they know if they're being motivated or not being motivated, because let's face it, you know, we're not in the locker room, we're not on the practice field, we don't know what's being said to these guys and what's not. So, really, as I just said, only the players can answer that question. Now, as far as Charlie's play calling goes, yeah, today there's been a few occasions this season where I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Why is he running when he should be passing, or why is he passing when he should be running? You know, that kind of thing. I've questioned some of his play calls, but I don't know. I don't know how to, I guess, you know, well, the bottom line is we got 500 yards of offense today. And another good point that this guy brought up is, you know, we have all these 4- and 5-star recruits on our team this year, and these recruits were heavily recruited by other major universities, such as, you know, Florida, Texas, USC, Alabama, so on and so forth. But yet here we stand at 6-3 when we could be 9-0. I mean, myself personally, I think we should at least be 8-1. You know, we had our chances in the Michigan game to put it away. Questionable play calling at the end. USC is an either-or. I mean, they're a good team. So, we knew right off the bat that they were going to be a challenge. But, no disrespect to the Naval Academy, but we really should have put up more points than what we did today. I mean, you know, how does that happen? How does that happen? Our quarterback throws for 450 yards, we get over 500 yards of total offense, and only put up 21 points. Well, I mean, I know the obvious answer. We turned the ball over 3 times, and we had the 2 missed field goals. But still, how does that happen? So I can see where this guy has a point on where you know, the motivation, the coaching, and you know how it's bad coaching, so on and so forth. But the way I see it, all season long, our offense has been doing pretty damn good than what they have been the past couple of years. And I've said this in a couple of my other videos. The real issue has been defense. Okay, we've had problems on defense all season long, covering passes, poor tackling. I even said in my recap video, what is with the shoulder crap? Trying to take down the guy with your shoulder, wrap him up, and take him down. You know, it's fundamentals that you learned back in high school. And I know that woulda, shoulda, coulda doesn't cut it in college sports. But, you know, because let's face it, there is no such thing as a moral victory. That's how I was coached back in my playing days in high school, and I still believe that to this day. Moral victories do not exist. It's either a win or a loss. But anyway, my final verdict about Charlie. You see, any coach that comes to Notre Dame, they have my 100% full support. You know, this is my team, and you know, I'm with them through thick and thin, and you know, even though we lost today, I'm always going to be Notre Dame, and I'm going to love them until the day I die. But the way I see it is, Charlie's not a bad coach, but he's no Newt Rockne or Lou Holtz. That's a given. He does have a lot of things that he needs to work on and that he needs to, you know, fix in a hurry. Now, I've seen in the past, like, when you fire coaches, that's not always the answer to your problem. I mean, we all know what happened with Michigan and when Lloyd Carr was done, when they let him go. They bring in Rich Rodriguez. They start off the year 3-9, getting used to, you know, his new game plan, his style of coaching, so on and so forth. Well, yeah, they beat us this year, and they had a great start this year, but now they're 5-5. You know, I think they got beat today, if I'm not mistaken. But still, that just goes to show that changing coaches doesn't necessarily solve your problem. It can sometimes make things worse. It even showed when Notre Dame fired Willingham. You know, we lost 2 major recruits because of that, and they committed to a Big Ten school, I think. But this is what I see happening. This is just my prediction. Let's say if we win out and we go to the Gator Bowl, we win the Gator Bowl. Well, regardless, I do see Jimmy Clausen coming back next year. You know, Golden Tate will be back. Michael Floyd will be back. Armando should be healthy. Teo, so on and so forth. And I know we've got some help coming in on defense. I know we have a 4-star corner and a 4-star safety, I believe. And I think there might be a couple more, but I don't have their names down just yet. But I'll talk about that in another video. But if we win the rest of our games, including the bowl game, I do see Charlie's job being safe. And I'm not going to call for his head because, you know, reality-wise, he's brought these guys a long way. And, you know, I'll say one thing. I'm going to have a different opinion next year if they're 6-3 at this time. Because if they're 6-3 at this time next year, then yeah, there's definitely some changes that need to be made. But, you know, basically what I'm saying in this video is I'm not saying that I'm pro-Charlie and I'm defending him on everything, because I can't do that. Because he's made some coaching mistakes, as I pointed out earlier. But it's not just him that you need to be pointing the finger at. Okay? You know, like I said, the defense has been having problems. You know, point fingers at Tenuta, point fingers at the defensive backs coach, you know. So the bottom line is it doesn't all rest on Charlie. You know. But that's just my opinion. You guys can take it or leave it, but myself personally, I do think right now it would be a mistake to fire Charlie. You know, we got our players where we want them, and you know they've proven that they can break out. Everybody needs to put it together. Coaches, players, everyone on the staff needs to put it together. So that's my final verdict. No, I do not think Charlie Weis should be fired right now. Not at this time. You have to give him next year at least, and see, you know, see what his mature players are like next year, you know, as seniors and such. So yeah, that's really all I have to say. I mean, of course, anybody, you know, feel free to comment on what you think about this on NotreDameFans.com. You guys feel free to comment as well. I want to hear what you guys think. You know, I'm here sharing my opinions. I want you to share yours with mine. So with that being said, this is Big Sean, and I'll talk to you guys later. And even though we lost today, go Irish.